We'll call this regular meeting of the Waukee City Council to order. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Becky, will you please do roll call?
Mayor Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Anderson.
Here.
Councilmember Crone.
Here.
Councilmember Grove.
Here.
Councilmember Lyon.
Here.
Councilmember Pierce.
Here. Agenda item D is open forum. Open forum is the time for anyone here tonight to address the council on any subject over which the council has the authority to act, or on any item on the agenda other than a public hearing. Given that we have no public hearings, now is your chance to speak. So if you would like to do so, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the record. If you're participating via Zoom, please click on the raise hand icon located in the reactions controls.
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
Open forum is closed. Agenda item E is agenda approval. Can I get a motion? Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon.
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes. Agenda item I1, consent agenda. Can I get a motion? Move to approve.
Second.
Sorry. Is there any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon.
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes. Item I2, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 55, Animal Protection and Control by repealing the current chapter in its entirety and enacting in lieu thereof, Chapter 55, Animal Protection and Control. This is an introduction and a first reading.
I introduce the ordinance and move to approve the first reading in title only.
Second. Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is a fairly significant amendment to Chapter 55 related to animal control. It cleans up a lot of wording, but it also addresses a couple of changes that are substantial changes. One is removing the ability for a heel that's off leash to be considered control. Of course, not so much for the owner of the dog that's walking, but we don't know what other dogs are going to do coming up to it. So this goes back to just strictly a leash law. The other thing is it amends part 17, 55.17. It used to say quarantine for a bite animal, and the wording was a little vague on what that is. By state code, it's 10 days. And so this makes that 10 days to match state code. 5518 is amended to allow the ability for a resident who happens to capture a cat that's at large. It allows an opportunity for them to take that cat to a shelter that the city contracts with, so that the cat can be held there. And then the last piece is 5519 that reduces the amount of hold time for animals that don't have any indicia of ownership. So no collar, no tags, no chips, things of that nature. And specifically what we're getting at there is more of the feral cat situation where rather than the city paying 7 to 10 days for that animal to be held, that animal could be relinquished to adopt out if appropriate through the shelter at a shorter time frame. So I'm happy to take any questions, but staff does recommend the approval of the change. We did just completely change the code rather than redlining it because it would have been such a mess to read. It was just easier to do it this way. So,
what is the new time limit?
Yep. So it is 7 days for animals that appear to be owned or have some sort of domestication to them. And then it's 4 days for the animals that do not.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Nope, thanks for your work on this.
Yeah, I appreciate your help getting it done. So once we get through the amendment to Chapter 55 and those readings, then we'll bring back a 2080 agreement with the shelter to provide the services specifically to cats. We have the dogs covered, but this will be specific to cats. So that's forthcoming.
Thank you. All right, please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Item I3, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 65, stop or yield required, City of Waukee, Iowa, by amending Section 65.01 through streets, stop intersections, and by amending Section 65.03 four-way stop intersections. This is also an introduction and a first reading.
I introduce the ordinance, move to approve the first reading and title only.
Second.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, council members. Up on the screen as a reminder, at our last workshop discussion, this is to implement an all-way stop condition at Northwest Douglas Parkway and Northwest Stratford Drive, which is also entrance to Trail Ridge School and North Middle School. Happy to take any questions if staff has any, but this essentially updates those sections in Chapter 65 to implement that all-way stop at that intersection. Next screen, the schedule. Tonight's 3-2 introduction, first reading, ultimately with the installation happening mid-April. So I've had communication with Kirk Johnson over the school district, shared some of those past comments from the workshop. Haven't had a response from some of those comments yet, but did share the schedule with him to share with his faculty as well. So no concerns from their perspective at this time. Happy to take questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes. Item I4, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 68 parking regulations, City of Waukee, Iowa, by amending Section 68.09 no parking zones as specified. This is a second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Rudy?
Thank you, Madam.
Actually, no, wait, I need a second. Rudy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a reminder, this is mostly for adding new streets that were constructed in a few of our newer residential subdivisions. So staff has no further comments on this one. We do recommend approving the second reading of the ordinance in title only. Happy to take questions.
Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Item I5, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 169 zoning ordinance, City of Waukee, Iowa, by rezoning certain property from A1 to R2, R2/PD1, R3, R4, and C1A, a parcel to be known as Alderbrook. This is second reading.
I move to table consideration of the second reading of the ordinance until the March 16th, 2026 regular city council meeting as requested by the applicant.
Second.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The City Council did hold a public hearing and approved the first consideration of the proposed rezoning for Alderbrook at their meeting on February 17th, 2026. Since that meeting, staff did receive a formal objection letter from an adjoining property owner on February 26, 2026. The letter has been included with the council packet and was sent out for everyone's review. Staff has provided the objection letter to the city attorney and the applicant Landmark Companies, Inc. for their review. The applicant has requested that the second consideration of the rezoning be tabled to the March 16th, 2026 city council meeting in order to allow for review of the letter. Staff recommends that the city council table the second consideration of the ordinance to the March 16th, 2026 city council meeting, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Item I6, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 169 zoning ordinance, City of Waukee, Iowa, by rezoning certain property from A1 to R2, parcel to be known as Timberline Estates. This is also a second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Second.
This property is located south of Southeast Westtown Parkway and west of Southeast LA Grant Parkway. It's outlined in blue on the screen. It contains 90.32 acres in area. The request is to rezone the property from A1 Agricultural District to R2 1 and 2 Family Residential District for future single-family development. Staff recommends approval of the second reading of the rezoning, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions?
Did anybody look at, I think last time we spoke about this for the fire department and so many cul-de-sacs, did we get any further than that? That
Yes.
concern?
Yes, there has been, there had been at the time, and there still is progress.
Yes, there
Okay.
is communication with the property owner to the south to provide an emergency access for emergency vehicles to use that property.
Okay, thank you.
All right, please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Item I7, consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan for Premier Dance Edition at 870 Northeast Douglas Parkway. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa?
The owner and applicant is Premier Properties LLC. This property is located south of Northeast Douglas Parkway and west of Northeast Alice's Road. It contains 1.92 acres. It's outlined in blue on the screen. The property is zoned C1 Community and Highway Service Commercial District. The site includes an existing dance studio that was built in 2022. The existing building is 12,621 square feet in area. The proposed site plan includes additions to the existing building. A total of 7,345 square feet of building space is being proposed to be added. This would put the building at a total of just under 20,000 square feet in area. Total height for the addition matches the existing building. It's 28.5 feet in height, so just single story. Let me go to the next slide here just so you can see. So the grayed out areas on the screen kind of at the northeast corner of the building and then the west side of the building is what they're showing for the additions. The site plan also includes additional parking at the south side of the site and then additional sidewalks around the building. The accesses will remain as they exist today. A total of 80 parking spaces are required. The existing site includes 56 parking spaces. They're adding 10 for a total of 66. The remaining parking requirements are actually being met with a shared parking agreement with the property to the south. So the Iowa Clinic building, they've already had this agreement in place, so they've been using their parking. And the hours for the Iowa Clinic are different than the dance studio hours, so it seems to be working out for them. No new public sidewalks or trails are proposed. Public utilities are already provided to the site. Stormwater detention is provided with a shared detention basin, which is located directly south of this site. Landscaping requirements are being met. Building elevations, the additions will match what's already existing. So the building materials are mostly masonry, fiber cement siding, and then glass storefront system. Staff recommends approval of the site plan, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
When is construction planning on starting?
I believe as soon as they can get started. We have building permits in process too, so.
Because we're also going to have Alice's Road closed in that area, so that could be, depending on where construction vehicles are parking. You'd have some tie-ups on some residential roads that are already pretty congested. So do we have
I think they're mostly staging in their parking lot, and I think the intent is to build while because the dance season is probably going to be done here like around time school gets done. So summer will be the most of their construction. And of course, dance is still going on this summer, but I don't think as busy. But they'll be staging on site.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes. Item I8 for Caliber Kettlestone Plat 1. I8A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving preliminary plat. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa?
Okay, and I'll go ahead and present on A, B, and C at the same time. The owner and applicant is MN Waukee Holdings LLC. This property is located north of Southeast Esker Ridge Drive and east of Southeast Parkview Crossing Drive. It contains 2.81 acres. Again, it's outlined in blue on the screen. The property is zoned K-MU Kettlestone Mixed Use District with a planned development overlay. The project includes the construction of 2 apartment buildings. Let me just zoom in a little bit for you guys. So 2 apartment buildings. One building includes 42 units and is just under 34,000 square feet in area. And then one building includes 66 units and is just under 54,000 square feet in area. Both buildings are proposed to be 3 stories and around 40 feet in height. The total proposed density is approximately 38 dwelling units per acre. Per this planned development, they are allowed up to 42 dwelling units per acre, so they're still under that allowable maximum density. The final plat includes 2 lots. Lot 1 is 1.14 acres in area, and Lot 2 is 1.68 acres in area. Each lot will include one of the apartment buildings. 3 accesses will be provided into the development. A 10-foot wide trail will be provided along the south side of the site, which is adjacent to Southeast Esker Ridge Drive. A 10-foot wide trail exists along the west side of the site, adjacent to Southeast Parkview Crossing Drive. Existing sidewalks have already been provided along all the other sides of the property with the previous development. Several pedestrian connections will be provided into the site from the adjacent public trails and sidewalks. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. Public utilities are provided to the site. Stormwater detention will be provided with an underground detention facility, which is located at the north end of the site on Lot 2. And then the required amount of parkland dedication is 1.23 acres based on the number of units provided. The applicant intends to provide a fee in lieu of land dedication to satisfy that requirement. There is a park nearby, Westtown Meadows Park, I believe is the name. It's just a little bit to the west of this. And then the building elevations, let me go to that. So the building elevations are proposed to be constructed of brick, fiber cement, lap siding, and glazing. And then the trash enclosure is proposed to be constructed of brick to match the building with metal gates. These are very similar to like the Kettlestone Central Lofts apartments, which are a little bit to the east here. That's it. Staff recommends approval of the preliminary plat site plan and final plat, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Item 8B, consideration of approval of a resolution approving final plat. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second?
Melissa?
I have nothing further to add on the final plat, just that there's 2 lots and 1 building per lot.
Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Item 8C, consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan 915 and 845 Southeast Esker Ridge Drive.
Move to approve.
Second?
I have nothing further to add on the site plan. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Item I9 for Waukee Town Center Plat 6. I9A, consideration of approval of a resolution approving preliminary plat. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Everybody all at once.
Second?
We'll see who Becky picks.
We need a teacher to pass us around.
All right. Melissa?
I'd have had this organized ahead of time.
Oh, I know you would.
Again, with this one, I'll present on both the preliminary plat and final plat at the same time. The owner and applicant is Waukee Town Center LLC. The property is located west of Southeast Alice's Road and south of Southeast Laurel Street. It contains 3.64 acres in area. The property is zoned C1 Community and Highway Service Commercial District with a planned development overlay. It's outlined in red on the screen. The subject property was originally platted as 3 lots. You can see the lots on the screen. It was within Waukee Town Center Plat 3. This request is to replat the lots into 2 lots for future commercial development. Slide here. So Lot 1 is 1.81 acres in area and lot 2 is 1.8 acres in area. They are identifying an outlot at the northeast corner of the plat for a monument sign. And that outlot is 676 square feet in area. It will be owned and maintained by Waukee Town Center LLC. Access to the proposed lots will be provided off of the private drive, which is located along the west side of the proposed plat. A 10-foot wide trail exists along Southeast Alice's Road, which is adjacent to the site, and then a 10-foot wide trail exists to the south of the site as well. Sidewalks will be installed internal to the site along the private drives to provide pedestrian access throughout the development. Private utilities will serve this development. Stormwater management is provided with the large pond, which is located to the west for the overall Waukee Town Center site. Staff recommends approval of both the preliminary plat and final plat, subject to remaining staff comments. And sorry, that was left on there from the Planning and Zoning Commission. So I do recommend approval of the preliminary plat and final plat, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions?
Can you back it up to the slide before this one real quick? Because you said entrance on the west and I got confused.
Yeah, so their plats were showing it
Okay.
turned. But yeah, so there's a private drive along the west side of that plat.
Thank you. Sometimes I'm directionally challenged.
Well, especially when you guys
Well,
keep flipping all of them.
Not me. It is confusing.
Thank you.
Whenever Rudy brings his street projects and north-south goes this way, it's very confusing. All right. Please vote.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
I-9B, consideration of approval of a resolution approving final plat. Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Second?
There we go. All right. Melissa,
I have
kind of looking
nothing
at each
further to
other.
add on this one. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
are there any questions? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Lyon,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson,
Yes.
All right. Agenda item J, reports. Nick, anything to add?
No report.
Steve?
No report.
Kayla?
No report.
No report.
Nothing to report.
I just want to thank Heather Behrens for what she does to keep the council informed about current events and things that may come up. I just think that's a really nice add-on for the council.
I regularly brag to everybody that we have the best staff out of, in the state. And I think they show it in a lot of different ways. Thank you for that. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. There we go. All those in favor?
Aye.
I don't get a second on that one.
Just waiting for Charlie to move, so.